Welcome back, Drift fans. This is the continuation of Round 5 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. I'm Jared Dienda. Well, we've been coming here since 2006. That's 12 years. A lot of history has been made here. We're going to make history today as well to find out who is going to get the win. The forecast is sunny. The crowd is sold out. That is a formula for a great event. Before we move on to head-to-head action, I throw it down to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I'm down here once again at the track at Evergreen Speedway. And as you know, Formula Drift is made up of short courses and long courses. Evergreen Speedway is a long course where drivers can really open up that throttle body, max that RPM, and see speeds of over 100 miles per hour, especially coming off this bank where they really need to try and avoid the smoke line of their competitor through the power alley and then wrapping around to those final two inside clips. If they can do that, those drivers will be on the podium here tonight. But before we get to that and all the action on course, let's check out what some of the drivers think about this track here at Evergreen Speedway.
For tandem, the trickiest part on this track, I think, is the end of the bank. So some people slow down using the left foot brake while being on throttle, and this is quite smooth. It gradually brings the speed down, where some other drivers just start slowing down on the handbrake, so you lose all drive to your rear tyres and the car slows down a lot more abruptly. And going through the last two turns is quite a lot of smoke, so you can get lost in the smoke very easily. But for me, I think coming off the bank is the biggest challenge.
I think the part I like the most about this track is that it's such a good track for tandem. You got to get right on the door, right off the bat, then you got to ease back a little bit coming down from the bank. A lot of these guys are checking up and almost stalling on that touch and go. Then you got to attack into turn 2, and that is where some of the most amazing moments in the history of Evergreen Speedway has been happening. It's right there coming into that second turn. You gotta really give it to them. At the same time, ease off, give them space, and then get back on their left door across the finish line.
In this day and age, we gotta be on the doors on the bank. And so you see a lot of guys just going right into the bank, door to door, and just pushing that lead car through the run, especially the second half of the bank. And if you're not within a car length of the lead car in the second half of the bank, the judges are basically writing you off already. So that's where we were last year. Me and Castro went 6 laps here last year, just banging off each other's doors. Every run, he was driving hard, we were driving hard, and that's the type of, driving that they want to see here. You have that very long, constant radius corner. Judges want to see that chase car just pushing the lead one through the bank.
This is the fast initiation is one of the tracks which really suits me. Like Irwindale and here, so I'm very happy about it, that I managed to actually prove it by winning the qualification, and hopefully I'll also like this track after the event, as I always said, but we need to focus for tomorrow and do everything what's needed just to survive, let's say, and beat everybody else.
It's a long, committed track, so that bank is hard to be super consistent on. It's just so long, and if anything goes wrong on that bank, it definitely can change your line through the rest of the track. But for the most part, I've been pretty consistent on it. I think my lead runs will be fine. Just definitely need to focus on my chase runs and keeping close proximity through the beginning of the bank, so I can keep that proximity through the bank and put myself in a better position coming off the bank. Always, you got to look at things that you do and try to dial yourself in so you don't make those same mistakes and you can better yourself the next time.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging. So let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formulad.com.
Ryan, I gotta say, we saw some phenomenal driving in the top 16, and these two gentlemen went toe-to-toe with some serious competitors. Peter Visick versus Alex Hilbrun. Peter Visick, can he make this a perfect event? Because he qualified first. Alex Hilbrun, the Inca Madness Racing from Lima, Peru, V8 supercharged BMW. He's gonna be in tow.
Well, here we go. Peter Visick comes off the line very quickly, but look at Alex Hilbrun. keeping pace with him down that front straight and right into initiation.
Woo, shots fired across the nose of that BMW. Peter Visick initiates. Great shot there by the team as Peter Visick throwing some more angle at it on the bank into the power alley.
Visick now off into the power alley, dropping that tire there, but great transition back around. Hilbrun trying to close the door, but not able to get that proximity that you need through that final last inside clip.
Yeah, you can see Hilbrun powering down, but it's just not enough against the Polish driver. Truly an international affair. Here you see into that power alley. Look at that, almost exchanging some paint with that outside zone. Hilbrun will now lead Peter Visick giving chase.
Lights are off, here we go. Hilbrun getting out of the gate a little bit late there. Visick has to make an adjustment, but now Hilbrun firing down that back straight, initiates, but Visick not letting him get away.
Visick sets himself up for success, and Hilbrun taps the wall, stays in it. Wow, he actually holds onto it, holds the angle, but shreds the back end of his BMW.
And you can see the trunk flopping all over the place of Alex Hilbrun. But look at this, Peter Visick is not giving up. Whoa, big angle there. Visick has to make an adjustment, and that was too much by Alex Hilbrun.
Yeah, Ryan, you called it. We saw Hilbrun tap that wall. The Nitto tire smoke is airing out, but he airs it out. Watch this massive angle. He comes to a halt. Visick has to adjust, and boom, a little bit of contact there. So let's go to the judges, and Peter Visick advances on.
When I was chasing him in the middle of the big corner, first one, he touched the wall, he nearly straightened, but he readjusted the car and he was back in a pace, let's say. After the first transition, he made a too big angle. He starts to spinning out. I think he made simply too many mistakes, and it goes to my favor. And I'm very happy. Now I will be watch the battle between Matt Field and James Dean, and we'll see with whom I will be driving. Fingers crossed for James.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By Air Force. Aim high. And by the Formula Drift app. Download the FD app in the iOS or Android store now.
Welcome back to Evergreen Speedway. We're only one battle deep into our Grade 8 bracket, and next up is James Dean, the defending champion. He is going against Matt Field, who took on Frederick Osbo and took him down. But James Dean, if he wins, he's going to be going against his Wordhouse Drift teammate. That is Peter Visick.
And we know who is cheering on the sideline for Matt Field, and that is Frederick Osbo, trying to keep that championship close. If Field wins, he'll do just that.
James Dean shimmies his way into that big bank, and Matt Field is right there, the teal and blue shadow on the side of James Dean.
Looking better and better every run is Matt Field, but James Dean so consistent out front in that lead run, it is hard to beat that. But Matt Field doing his best here, closing the door and wrapping through that final inside clip.
Well, these two drivers earning their nicknames. James the Machine Dean, you can see why. He is putting his car in all the right places. Matt Field, he's the beast from the Bays, from San Jose, California, and he is a fierce competitor. Now he's going to be out front with James Dean in his rearview mirror.
Tight battle so far. Who is going to take the win here, James Dean or Matt Field? Look at Dean already making an impression on the judges, keeping that proximity close, but Matt Field super high on the bank.
Both these guys, really good posture of their vehicles on the bank, into that power alley, transitioning. James Dean is right there. Kudos, hat tip to Matt Field, but James Dean is just shadowing him everywhere he goes.
Well, the judges taking a look at the lead-to-lead comparisons, the chase-to-chase comparisons, and who did better overall. Who's it going to be, Matt Field or James Dean?
Going to the judges, and James Dean gets the win.
Yeah, going up against my teammate Peter Viencek, who's absolutely killing it this weekend. It's all fun from here on out. I don't care, win or lose, we're going to be happy.
We are halfway through our Grade 8 battles, and next up, Christos Blush, who qualified second, going against Ryan Turk, who qualified seventh. Ryan, these guys are two friends off track, but now gloves are off. It is a bare-knuckle battle.
Well, and by the way that they're driving, we expect to see fireworks here, and already right out of the gate, you can see the proximity on board there with Christos Blush of Ryan Turk.
72.3 miles per hour, Christos Blush. Good angle from him. Ryan Turk looks like he's gaining some ground, foregoing some of that angle, now into that outside zone.
Nice transition there by Christos, but you can see right up on the inside is Ryan Turk tucking through the smoke line and making this first run a phenomenal battle.
Well, this Mass Motorsports V8 under the hood of the Eurofighter of Christos Blush just has so much horsepower. It's very quick, but Ryan Turk was not overshadowed as he was the shadow in that scenario. Ryan Turk will be out front. Christoph Blush in the chase position.
Turk again with that unique initiation, using the entirety of the lane there. Christoph Blush getting behind him, and now you can see Turk on a lower line here. Blush having to make an adjustment.
Ryan Turk in that gum out Toyota, racing Toyota 86, now into the power alley, using all the course, line up those Nexen tires, gets that outer zone, Ryan.
Blush a little bit of a tighter line there as Turk now extending out ahead. Oh, and Blush goes off course and hits an inside clip on the way out.
So I gotta say, Christoph Blush in my mind had a bit of an advantage, but going into the final clip gets lost in the smoke, takes out that Black Magic Intense clip, and Ryan Turk gets the win.
We just laid it down. We knew what his technique was on the entry, was able to get right up on him, and just applied pressure the whole time. It was really good through the transitions, and then the lead lap, we just sent it for a nice good qualifying lap, nailed on my clips, and he had I saw a little bit of a gap on the back, and he took out a clipping point, so I'm pretty sure that's what gave us the win.
Ryan and Drift fans, this is our final battle of the Grade 8 to decide who joins the other three in the Final Four. JTP, Justin Pollock, who took out Von Gittin Jr., or Von Gittin Jr. took himself out earlier, goes against Matt Kaufman. Matt Kaufman from the Pacific Northwest.
Both of these drivers have been on an absolute tear, and you can see from the onset, Justin Pollock choosing that nice high line, and here comes Kaufman chasing him down, but a little bit of a shimmy there.
Yeah, you see Justin Pollock very settled in that Falcon Tire Roush performance. Watch this snappy. Oh, usually he's really snappy. Very smooth and fluid in that transition.
Final turn here for Kaufman to make an impression in his chase run as Justin Pollock crosses the finish line.
Here it is on the bank. You can see the sun dropping a little bit. That's going to come into play, putting a big shadow on the course as well as the sun into the eyes of the drivers on the bank. Matt Kaufman now out front. JTP, who qualified third, will be given chase.
Oh, and just nicking that cone, but keeping it upright. Kaufman now getting a good lead here, but here comes Justin Pollock chasing him down, trying to close that door, but a nice gap established at 70.3 miles per hour.
Yeah, a massive gap here as Kaufman goes off course, overcooks it and burns the dinner. Unfortunate for Kaufman, but fortunately for JTP.
Well, Matt Kaufman had that huge gap on the bank, but it led to him going way off course. Justin Pollock was able to stay on course, make an adjustment, and give himself another advantage.
All right, so Justin Pollock gets another stroke of good luck and a win into the Final Four.
On the chase, just try to stay close, man. I mean, he's fast. He got me a little bit off the jump. I reeled him in at the end of the bank and stayed really close through the rest of the course, and I think that's what won it for us.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Nexen Tire, driving tomorrow. By Achilles Radio, tires you can trust. And by Falcon Tires.
Welcome back to what I like to call the Battle in Seattle. Technically, it's Monroe, Washington, but just north of Seattle. We have a packed house. Who is going to move on to the finals because the Final Four is set. Our first battle is here. It's an all-word house battle. Poland versus Ireland, 2JZ versus 2JZ S15. Here we go.
And every time these guys battle, it is a showstopper. Peter Visek, our #1 qualifier, takes the lead. James Dean sticking right with them through initiation. Here we go.
Well, you have the Polish champion. These guys have a lot of seat time going against each other. And can Peter Visek make this a perfect event going through his own teammate?
Nice job right there by both drivers as Visek goes a little bit deep and goes off course. James Dean has to angle up to avoid contact, and that was the first big mistake we've seen Visek made.
Ryan, here's the thought. Both these guys are going for the championship. I really don't think there's team orders come into play here about James or Peter getting the victory. What do you think?
I think it's all about the show for these guys. It's about the competition between the two of them, not necessarily about the championship. So the show is for the fans.
The win needs to be earned, not given. Here's James Dean out front, initiating into the bank, and Peter right there.
Peter knows he made a mistake on run #1, keeping it close, touching James Dean. Dean staying in it, both drivers nice and high on the bank, and a barn burner here in the Final Four.
Transition into that outer zone. You see Peter Visek losing some ground and losing some angle. James Dean around that final clip. Ryan, you said it, and they proved it. They want to win this.
Well, Peter Visek and James Dean coming into contact right there, but Dean staying in it, and Peter continuing to push. That mistake he made is going to cost him, but what a great battle.
Unbelievable battle, and James Dean's going to the finals.
He pushed me the whole way through the bank. It was incredible. Man, he's such an amazing driver, and, to have him as a friend and a teammate, it's ridiculous. And just, really enjoying every moment of this, and now we're moving on to the finals. Not sure who we're battling yet, but whatever happens, happens. Look, we're on the podium. It's a great result, and I'm just really happy.
Well, James Dean's spot is settled. He's going against one of these drivers. Ryan Turk hasn't been on the box in a minute, but Justin Pollock most recently got third in New Jersey, where James Dean got the win.
Big battle ahead here. This driver that wins is going to the finals against James Dean. Who's it going to be? Wow, almost making contact there is Ryan Turk and Justin Pollock.
Justin Pollock initiates. You can see Ryan Turk keeping good composure. Justin Pollock using all the course. Let's see how they handle going into the power alley. Snappy transition from JTP. No, another fluid transition, and Ryan Turk is right there.
Smooth and dynamic by both drivers as Ryan Turk surges, but Justin Pollock tries to hold him off, and here comes Turk through that final turn.
You can see the overhead view here. Justin Pollock, massive angle there and brings it close to the wall. Ryan Turk, great proximity from him. Now he is out front in that gum-out Toyota Racing Nexen tire, Toyota 86.
Both drivers battling extremely well here. You can see Justin Pollock trying to creep into Ryan Turk's lane, but Turk out front starting to get a little bit of an advantage here and pull a gap on Justin Pollock.
Ryan Turk keeping it high. You see Justin Pollock taking a little bit lower line here, coming to that second outer zone power rally. Nice transition from both the drivers.
Big angle there by Justin Pollock, but you can see still a little bit of separation here. And now that the run is over, the judges need to take a look at what both drivers did in each run.
All right, so Ryan Turk, the view from his roof. You see Justin Pollock trying to catch up there. Let's go to the judges. Ryan Turk is going to the finals.
Our first lap was a chase lap, and we were just trying to feel it out a little bit, but stay on his door and just figure it out. And it ended up working out for us. My lead lap, I applied a lot of pressure on him and was able to hang with him to the finish line with 0 mistakes. And then on my lead lap, I was just hit on my marks. The lead lap was solid, hit on my clips, and just brought it home to the finish, and we got the win.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By NOS Energy Drink with Complex 6 for high performance energy and enhanced mental focus. And by Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts.
Ryan, the finals are here and James Dean is in it. Can he go back to back? We've had 4 previous rounds, 4 different winners. Is Ryan Turk going to be the 5th, or is James Dean going back to back? James Dean qualifying 4th, Ryan Turk qualifying 7th. That means the machine will be leading.
Well, with Frederick Osbo going out, James Dean has clearly established himself as the leader in the championship, and the only person holding him back from making that a bigger gap is Ryan Turk.
Yeah, Frederick Osbo saying, go Turk, go. But James Dean quickly puts it to the wall in that Word House Drift Team Falcon Tires S15.
Perfect on the bank by James Dean. Ryan Turk now coming down on the inside. Oh, and he loses some angle. Keeps the proximity, but loses some angle there in the chase position.
Bringing around that final clip, James Dean does what he's been doing all day. Puts the car in all the right places. Great angle off the vehicle. And Ryan Turk, not a bad chase run, but he's gonna really need to shine here out front.
Well, we know James Dean is a master chase driver, so Turk really needs to give it everything he's got here on this run to try to take home a win.
Ryan Turk throws it in. Gum out Toyota Racing, Nexen tire Toyota 86. James Dean gaining some ground, gets to the side of that 86.
And James Dean performing like we usually see him do, coming through that smoke line as Ryan Turk tries to throw angle in the car on that outside zone. This is the final turn for Ryan Turk.
Do you think we have a victor? What do you say, Drift fans? We take that overhead view. You can see so much shade being thrown on the course, that being another variable. And James Dean gets the win here in Seattle.
And with that, James Dean is your winner, Ryan Turk in 2nd, and Peter Visek in 3rd.
What an awesome event here in Seattle. Some of the best Drift fans in the world, and James Dean extends his point lead with another win because he won in New Jersey. Ryan Turk is back on the box after not being on it since Long Beach last year, and the other Ward House Drift Team teammate of Peter Vincik gets the 3rd place spot. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I am here with your winner, James Dean. Now, James, it's been a really challenging season. We've seen 4 rounds, 4 winners. You just got back-to-back wins, Jersey and here. The championship is in your hands. Tell us about your weekend.
It's been a tough weekend. You know, this is one of the most difficult tracks of the season, and to be honest, it took me a very long time to build my confidence here this weekend. Peter, my teammate, was killing it from the first lap in practice, and I was trying to chase and follow and learn from what he was doing, and we made it happen when it counted. You know, we battled Matt Field, pushed 110% against him, and then we had 2 very close battles with Peter in top 4 and Ryan Turk in the finals, and it could have went either way. You know, the guys are pushing so hard this year, and we got the win. It's great for the championship, but it's going to be tough to keep it going.
No question about it. You're one of the best drifters in the world. Congratulations to James Dean, your winner here at Evergreen Speedway. For everybody at Formula Drift and Jared Dienda, I'm Ryan Sage. Our next round, brand new, St. Louis.
Well, there you have it, and this is the current standings. James Dean out front, Frederick Osbo in second, and Peter Visick in third. In regards to Auto Manufacturers Championship, Toyota with a strong lead, Ford in second, Nissan in third. And finally, in the rubber category, tire manufacturers, Falcon out front, Nexen in second, Achilles Tires in third. Thanks for joining us here at the Battle in Seattle Evergreen Speedway. Join us for our next round, round 6, at St. Louis Gateway Motorsports Park to find out who wins in the Midwest.